Since 2008, American oil production has surged from 5 million to 9 million barrels a day, and our dependence on foreign oil has fallen to its lowest level in more than 30 years. The amount of solar energy has increased tenfold, and wind energy has tripled since 2008. That's been helped by more than $340 billion of private sector investment and a tax policy that helped move these investments off the sidelines. Families are driving farther than ever on a tank of gas. And with lower gas prices, the average household will have an extra $750 in their pockets in 2015. These shifts in the U.S. energy markets aren't marginal or temporary. They are tectonic shifts. And from a business perspective, these changes are going to present both challenges, risks, and opportunities for industry. So as a person entrusted with America's biggest land management portfolio, I've also got to ask myself questions like, what are we doing to achieve a low-carbon future? Are we striking the right balance between conservation and development? What measures do we need in place for our land, our water, and our climate today to protect the families of tomorrow? Put simply, our task by the end of this administration is to put in place common-sense reforms that promote good government and help define the rules of the road for America's energy future on our public lands. These reforms should help businesses produce energy more safely and with more certainty. They should encourage technological innovation. They should ensure American taxpayers are getting maximum benefit from their resources. And they should apply our values and our science to better protect and sustain our planet for future generations. After all, as my colleague, Secretary Kerry, said just last week, there is no planet B. I thought it was clever, too. It's good. It's pretty simple. If we don't have the right measures in place to protect the communities we live in, the air we breathe, and the water we drink, we all lose. The responsibility for developing this energy safely must now be taken up in state capitals, in engineering labs, and in boardrooms all across the country. We owe it to our kids to get this right. When it comes to these reforms, I recognize there will be pushback from various corners, no surprise. I also appreciate the importance of the oil and gas sector, and I'm committed to its ongoing success. But I strongly believe that they're not only achievable with modern technology and science, but absolutely critical to upholding public trust to responsibly develop our natural resources. We've got to update these regs. Coal is going to continue to be an important part of our nation's energy mix in the future. But the Government Accountability Office, our own Inspector General, and members of Congress from both sides of the aisle agree that the federal coal program needs reform. So we need to ask ourselves, are taxpayers and local communities getting a fair return from these resources? How can we make the program more transparent and more competitive? How do we manage the program in a way that's consistent with our climate change objectives? These are hard questions, but it's time for an honest and open conversation about modernizing the federal coal program, and we welcome that. Not only should we actively avoid damaging special or sensitive places like the ones I mentioned, but we should permanently protect some areas for their conservation values. Future generations of Americans deserve to enjoy those incredible places, just like we do. America is both blessed with diverse natural resources and, more importantly, the human capital to develop new and better ways to harness them. Just as the United States is a leader in unconventional oil extraction and is now the world's top producer of natural gas, there's no reason why we shouldn't also be the top producer of solar power and wind power. Why not? Let's do it. We need Congress to make tax credits for renewable energy long-term and predictable, instead of allowing sunsets and stutter steps that create so much uncertainty for businesses and manufacturers. So when you talk about creating jobs and growing the economy, this is the kind of action that Congress can take that will move billions of dollars of capital investments into the clean energy economy. Our nation's policies should accelerate American innovation and entrepreneurialism, not blunt them. Renewable energy tax credits, energy efficiency targets, carbon reduction targets, and thoughtful regulations that incentivize clean technology are a few ways that we can get there.